Brian Michael Bendis, Ram V, Steve Pugh, and Sumit Kumar take a break from their larger storylines with character-focused pieces as Naomi begins her formal training with the Justice League, and the Lost Knight Elnara teams up with Batman to determine what the mysterious cult the Brothers of Ambrosius want in Gotham. Brian Michael Bendis slows things down ever so slightly here as the issue sets its focus on Naomi and her training by the League members. I really do enjoy how every now and then we can have an issue where characters just kind of sit around, joke around, and kind of act like a big family to one another. It also gives us a chance to be reintroduced to some of Naomi's supporting characters, such as her parents Greg and Jen McDuffie, who are just a delight to see again. The issue isn't without its B or C plots, however, with one focusing on Oliver Queen's role in Checkmate, introducing us to Damon Rose, who was the sniper watching Lois Lane in the first Checkmate issue as well. Bendis also brought back the Sinma Utopica, the Superman of another world who was created to stop Earth Superman should he ever get out of line and try and take over the world. I'm really happy this character did come back, since it looked like he was being set up as a threat to the United Planets at the end of his Superman arc, and that's exactly what he is here. So I'm looking forward to round 2 with him and Superman, as well as the heavy hitters of the Justice League which were teased at the end of this issue. Ram V meanwhile focuses on Elnara's portion of the story he is crafting, teaming her with Batman as she tracks the man who has been calling out to her ever since she was resurrected in present day. The rest of the team isn't left out, and I loved Ragman's moment with Zatanna, calling her out on her bullshit a little bit here as well, since she tries to do the same with him and his reasons for wanting to join Justice League Dark, reminding her that she too has done some pretty questionable things, especially recently with the Upside Down Man, which was a nice little bit of continuity through Ram V's work on the book. Artist Steve Pugh joins the book as artist for this story arc, and much like his work on the Imperious Lex Future State book, I love his weird alien designs so much for the United Planets, which he had a hand in crafting a lot of as well during Future State's run. So to have him in this issue as well doing that sort of stuff with the current day United Planets is pretty awesome. His work has a great boldness to it. Everything sort of has really nice bold line work, and it makes the coloring all bright and the explosions look fantastic, and everything just kind of pops off the page. Sumit Kumar also joins for the Justice League Dark portion of the book, and it complements Domenico's previous work on the issue really damn well. I absolutely love how he draws Batman as well, with a really huge cape as he flies and everything, and then keeps him in shadows for a lot of the time, like he literally is a shadow himself. Justice League issue 64 took a moment to focus on some specific characters important to both Bendis's and Ram V's storyline, giving us some cool little character moments while also giving us some fantastic looking action that helps set the stage for the next big parts of the writer's works on this book. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Justice League issue 64 finds Commander Dortu Cha speak for the United Planets of the Sinma Utopica, a threat to the entire galaxy. The woman explains that the Sinma star system was recently discovered in the farthest reaches of space, with the Sinma Collective choosing one of their own warriors to be given an ultimate power, with him to become their very own Kal-El of Earth and be their Superman, but instead, the being they chose to use his power for selfish and criminal purposes, having recently attacked Earth, kidnapping Superman and turning on his world's government, trying to take over the Sinma Collective. The commander brings forth her United Order as her witnesses to these events, with Hawkslayer saying they intercepted the planetary overthrow and helped Superman capture Utopica. The Utopica is ordered to be brought out into the council chambers, with Davina saying that he represents a present threat to the United Planets and its mission to uphold peace. Again, the council call for Sinma Utopica, but the guards say they can't find him as he has escaped the prison, with the United Order racing to help as Utopica rampages through the world's police force outside. In Coast City, Oliver Queen and Dinah Lance arrive at their cliffside picnic spot, which Dinah thinks that they are on a recon mission for, not to enjoy the sunset like Oliver wants to, making Dinah ask what has gotten into the man. Oliver says that back on the other world, he took a shot to the head, and for a moment he thought that was it for him, and that thought was immediately followed by thoughts of Canary, and he wanted to take her somewhere and tell her all of this. As they share a moment in the sunset, a sniper from a nearby building takes aim at the couple. At the Hall of Justice, Aquaman trains with Naomi, wanting her to hit him as hard as she can despite her powers. Arthur knows that she needs to learn to fight, but Naomi knows that she is going to throw a punch, and Arthur will just do his fishman judo and toss her to Apocalypse. Arthur tells her that she needs to train hand to hand, as the girl asks for a punching bag instead. Arthur turns things over to Hippolyta, asking her how one trains on Themyscira, so the Queen says they learn hand to hand. Black Adam also backs them up, saying that this is the only way. Naomi winds up her punch as the distracted Arthur talks with Adam about how at age 13 he was thrown into the trench to fend for himself. Out the front of the Hall of Justice, Naomi's parents Greg and Jen soon arrive, seeing the Flash race by as they get out of their car. Greg knows that this is way too much, but Jen knows that with everything Naomi is gone through and is about to go through, she is right where she is meant to be. The Wonder Twins soon meet the McDuffies, saying that they are actual friends of their daughter, and they are there to meet and greet them and give them a tour. The twins take them to the training ground where Hippolyta and Hawkgirl need to restrain Naomi as Arthur calls for a timeout. Naomi apologizes since she lost it again, but Arthur knows that he provoked her. The girl tells the heroes that she needs to figure out what is going on with her, since her temper isn't like this, and this isn't like her at all, and the first punch she threw was against the monster who killed her parents. Arthur knows that that can be a plus, since in some situations, a temper needs to be aimed properly. Naomi is shocked to find that her parents have arrived as she introduces them to the rest of the heroes. Greg thinks that Black Adam lives there with the heroes, but Adam says he has a really nice home, complimenting the couple on the flawless job they did at raising their daughter, since most people are terrible at that. As Adam flies off, Greg knows that that was the nicest thing anyone has ever said to him ever, as Hawkgirl introduces herself, wondering if they would like the tour. However, Kelex arrives, alerting the League of a message from space for them. Investigating, the team find a message from Hawkslayer, who has a dire warning for the League, telling them that the Sinmar Utopica has escaped and he may be headed their way to kill Superman and take Earth as his. Kendra asks how he could even know that, and Hawkslayer says that the villain told them as much before they lost track of him. He tells them to heed his warning since Utopica couldn't be stopped by them. Oliver and Diana meanwhile return to Oliver's villa, where Oliver casually tells Diana about them being followed, or hunted is a more accurate word. He tells her that some being with a sniper rifle pointed right at the bridge of his nose is nearby, really hoping that they aren't about to die. He knows that they are being watched since the sniper easily could have killed them since the beach. Diana is impressed that Oliver noticed him back at the beach, but a little upset that she didn't get told. Oliver says he didn't want to ruin her first chill day in a long while, as she asks if they are listening with gadgets or super hearing, but Oliver knows that if they are, the sniper knows that they are a delight in a crisis. The sniper is indeed listening, but he's so focused on it that he barely dodges the boxing glove arrow Oliver fires at him. Diana catches the man off guard with her scream, knocking him down before trying to disarm him, but he manages to slip away after kicking her in the face. The man doesn't get very far as a shock arrow hits him in the back, tasering him. Oliver and Diana confront the man, asking who he is and who he's working for and what they want, but Diana doesn't care, wanting him to be tased again. The man drops his sniper rifle, saying his name is Damon Rose, and they might have heard of him. Diana knows they haven't, but Rose says that he's there because of Checkmate, and he's there to see Oliver, not her. Superman meanwhile arrives at the Hall of Justice, filled in on the situation as Aquaman asks who Sinmar Utopica is. Superman says there is no time since he's going to head into space and try and intercept the being, but they will need a full Justice League roster with them, and they need all of their heavy hitters. Aquaman wonders if they are in danger there at the hall and if they should evacuate, but Superman knows it's too late, as thanks to his telescopic vision, he spots that Sinmar Utopica is descending on the Hall of Justice and the people there. In Gotham, Elnara continues battling the cult until Batman gets involved, jumping from the roof and stopping the men from killing the woman. Elnara thanks the stranger, saying that she's a little rusty, but Batman cuts her off, demanding to know who she is and why she is in his city. Elnara introduces herself as the 13th Knight of Arthur's court, and how she's been searching for a way to make amends for the tasks she failed. She tells Batman that she was led there by a voice of an old man who she thinks is in danger from the cult, since the man seemed to know much about Merlin's betrayal of Arthur. Batman pulls out a device to scan the room, saying that the cult is called the Brothers of Ambrosius, and they have been projecting psionic waves at various locations in Gotham, but he doesn't know why. He says that he tracked their movements for weeks without any leads, but it makes sense now, since they are using magic. Elnara thinks that Batman is some type of knight himself, or even an inquisitor given his cape and armor. She compliments his armor's make as Batman says that he doesn't know what to make of her since her story is absurd and Gotham can be difficult even on its best day, suggesting that he be allowed to handle things from here on out. Elnara knows that that won't be happening and she won't be deterred from her mission. Batman says that he works alone and he doesn't have time to chaperone her, but for once in his life, Batman has someone disappear on him as Elnara leaves the church unseen. The woman, however, watches Batman leave from the roof of the church, as at the Tower of Fate, Man-Bat helps Khalid rest after his painful visions from the Helm of Fate, while at the Hall of Justice, Rory is brought into the dark quarters of the Hall of Justice, inducted into the team. Later on, Zatanna comes to see Rory as he is unpacking his things, thanking him for joining them. Rory says that he just wants to do his part, but Zatanna knows that it's the suit doing this since she saw how he looked while drawing souls into it, and he's there for a chance at more souls. Rory says that the Ragman suit craves souls, but he is there to help, and they all have to learn to live with their darkness and secrets since they have a way of turning them upside down. But he hopes Zatanna has his back as the woman knows the real meaning behind his words. Back in Gotham, Batman tracks the cult to an abandoned factory, confronting them, but the cult is impressed with his skills, saying that what he seeks is beyond the door they are at, hoping it's all he imagined it to be. The door opens and Batman's mind is invaded by the psionic waves, altering how he perceives the entire world around him. As the cult descend on the helpless hero, Elnara bursts through the glass roof, fighting and killing off the cult, dragging Batman away from the area as the Dark Knight knows the woman is strong and unaffected by the magic. Elnara hears the voice of the old man again, asking if anyone is there as behind the door the old man is hooked up to the computers and machinery. The man says his name is Radhir Singh and he is trapped in his own body.